That was a deep session with Michael and Nicki.
I wish he'd be a little more of a man about situations and take charge.
If you guys get married like this, you're not gonna last. Let's uncover it a little more in my play-by-play. Let's just start with you telling me what you're struggling with. So you can see right here, and this is throughout the session, their body language definitely shows us the power dynamic in this relationship. Nicki is always looking straight forward with a very stoic expression on her face. And Michael is barely looking at me, he's mostly looking at her. And my guess is that that's how he communicates most of the time in the relationship. He's now learned, because she's angry at him so much of the time, that he is kind of having to check it out, gauge her reaction before he speaks, especially in a sensitive situation like this.
His sister and his brother-in-law, we're like in a huge fight right now, and I don't want them at our wedding. I don't ever want to see them again. I don't want anything to do with them.
It never works to isolate your partner from their family. One of two things is going to happen. Either your partner is going to start really resenting you and it's going to affect your relationship, or they will start spending more time with their family without you, including taking your children along, and you're going to be left isolated, angry, and alone.
I wish he'd be a little more of a man about situations and take charge and get things done, but I feel like I'm more the man in the relationship.
Nicki has been so critical and angry in this relationship. It's like she's taken an axe and bit by bit over these 5 years, she's been slicing off levels of Michael's self-esteem. And at this point, he's so beaten down and probably is drinking the Kool-Aid. You know, he's at this point almost believing what she's telling him about himself, and that's honestly what happens with emotional abuse. So he's taking it all the more and getting all the more meek, making her all the more angry, and it's continuing to happen. So hopefully it will stop before there's nothing left.
Just right now, I'm still at that stage where it's too fresh, too soon.
She has a wall she puts up.
I can tell you for sure that when you are unwilling to forgive, it costs you much more than it costs the person you're not forgiving. She's carrying around so much toxic anger. That's what a grudge is. It's toxic. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It just means accepting that the past is in the past, and let's just move on. Instead of looking at him and seeing him through the lens of, this guy's a wimp who isn't willing to stand up for me, you could also think, I know how important his family is to him. Even though they're complete jerks to me, they're extending the olive branch.
I mean, that's definitely something I have to think about, because, you know, my heart's been broken with them.
I don't see any signs of openness or willingness to let in anything that I'm saying to her.
I stand firm to my decisions, and I have all the right to take as long as I want. So okay. I'm done.
You're gonna just get more and more bitter and more emotionally alone. She is basically going blank in the face or giving me a snarly smile. And basically what she's saying to me is like, you know, go ahead. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to listen to what you're saying. And I'm really, really mad at you right now. If you guys get married like this, without some real shifts and changes, you're not going to last. Here's where it gets a little tense, because you know me, I got to speak my truth. It's going to destroy you.
It's something we're willing to take some chances on, I guess.
Well, this is one occasion where I actually hope I'm wrong, but my prediction is that this couple's not going to last. And my hope is that they'll both do work on themselves in order to get to a place where they can have a healthy, loving relationship, if not with each other, perhaps with someone else.
To see more Couples in Crisis, subscribe or watch another episode right now. And don't forget to watch Recipe Rehab, where our chefs compete to take your recipes from fat to fab.